Hi everybody, and welcome back. I'm Bob,
I'm Cindy.
and we are RPlaceTravels. Last time we were together, we were in Crestview, Florida, making our residence and taking care of some business. Now, we are heading down to...
Orlando.
So, this video is going to be about all the things we did in Orlando. So, come on along and enjoy the show.
Just an itty-bitty-bitty about a couple on the road, driving it hard, pulling a toad. No place special to roam, not looking for a home. Won't you come along with us? We are RPlaceTravels.
So, we left Crestview, and we stopped off at another Cracker Barrel on our way down there.
We're getting to be experts on Cracker Barrel.
Getting where we know their menu by heart. So we stayed at a campsite called 12 Oaks RV Park. It's right outside of Orlando, just northeast of Orlando, in a little town called Sanford, Florida.
And it was a great park. It had all the amenities that you needed. It had showers and laundry and little areas to have people coming in to gather. The showers and the laundry facility was actually brought in on trailers. One trailer had showers on both sides of it. And then the next trailer that was parked right next door to it had a laundry facility in it. And it was all brand new. And another trailer, which was their office. And that's where we got our mail from. This is our first time that we got mail, so I'd have to say, Amazon, watch out, here we come.
Yeah, and we liked the campsite. We were kind of tight together and all, but it was doable. It was really nice. The one thing we didn't care for is they actually had their own sewage treatment plant. And some of the campsites over by that, we didn't care for the smell. There was quite a bit of smell going on over there, but we were away from that. Where we were at was good, but if I ever had to go again, I'd have to make sure I'm away from that sewage plant. But other than that, it was a good campsite.
While we were there for a whole month this time, and one of the weeks we were completely gone. That's the week that we went to the Caribbean, and the rig was fine being by itself there. Everything worked out well. The next week was Thanksgiving. And they actually have a community center there, and they had Thanksgiving dinner there. And so the place was full. We had a bunch of families that had Thanksgiving, and we met a lot of good RVers that were there.
Fellow RVers.
Mm-hmm. And we had Thanksgiving. We were thankful that they did it. So there was a place for us to go. We didn't have to just go to a restaurant or anything. So it was great.
And it was put on by the park.
Mm-hmm.
So it was it was kind of nice. They did a good job with it.
And the meal was great. The people were wonderful.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot about our neighbors.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons we're here, to get to know our fellow campers, fellow RVers.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good time.
Yeah.
We took a day to walk around downtown Sanford.
Yep.
Beautiful little town.
The downtown has brick roads. Those are always so nice to walk down.
Yep. Nice, clean town. Lots of shopping. Typical small town.
Mm-hmm.
And then right there next to the town is a big lake, Lake Monroe.
Yeah.
And they have a river walk, and where they have signs and tell you about the town and the founder of the town and things like that. So, yeah, we spent the day down there just enjoying the town.
Yeah, it was great. The water is beautiful there. Actually, one day we drove by and it was just raining and just miserable. You couldn't see anything. And that was the first time we went by. But the day that we actually walked through the town and everything, it was a beautiful day. The river walk, it's nice and clean. It's got little areas to sit with trees so you can get out of the sun, little swings that you can sit on. I mean, it was just beautiful. They actually took some time to plan out how to make the river walk.
And actually, we never got around to it, but there's a very long trail, that river walk. We were planning on getting the bikes out and going down that way, but it's definitely doable, and it would be a long ride. So
yeah,
you go around pretty much along the lake.
Mm-hmm. We just ran out of time.
Yeah. And it was a concrete path too, so would have been a good trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had some friends that came to visit us in Florida, and it was her and her husband and her daughter. They actually had some business they had to do here for their YouTube channel. So while we were here, I went on a bicycle ride with my friend and her daughter. We probably rode for about 3 miles, and we just happened on this beautiful estate, and it was Daivari Hall. It was gigantic. So they said they did tours. So we went right up to the hall, and it cost us probably about $5 a piece to get in. We went in and we watched a movie. So just to tell you a little bit about Daivari Hall, it was built in 1871. And it was the winter retreat of a European-born wine merchant who chose the St. John's River for his hunting estate. His name was Frederick Debary. He tried his hand at orange growing and commercial steamboating. His estate became a center of sport hunting and hospitality. In the late 1800s and the early 1900s, some of the country's wealthiest people visited Daivari Hall. They spent winters hunting, fishing, swimming in the cool springs that were nearby. Debary reportedly entertained presidents, Ulysses S. Grant, Grover Cleveland, the Astors, Goulds, the Vanderbilts, the Prince of Wales, who ended up becoming King Edward VII. Today, the site covers 10 acres and includes a 8,000 square foot hunting lodge, stables, and other structures. It was a huge estate. We went through it with a tour guide. He had acres and acres of orange groves, and in the 1930s, they actually had a frost that froze the whole ground, and it would have been fine. The trees probably would have made it, but it froze like the next week again, and it pulled up every single orange tree on the property. They never replanted them, but while he was there with the oranges, they actually made a lot of money making orange juice from it. In the house, they had bells that you rang for servants to come. And the funny thing is that they had a box that was in the back of the house that when you rang the bell, little arrows pointed which rooms they actually had to go to. So that little box was kind of interesting to see how it worked. They also had one of the first in bathrooms, but it was more like an outhouse, which today we would not have at all. The family that owned the house, the original family, after they passed away, it was down to their children, and their children ended up dying early, and so the house was actually donated to the county that they were in. Once the house was donated, they opened it to the public, and people had parties there and different things, and it went into disrepair. They ended up putting it all together. A lot of the stuff was donated back to the house, or a lot of it was just original pieces that were left there. The one picture is about it's actually a ice box, and in the bottom of the ice box you can see there's like these rods. So the men would put a big chunk of ice down there, and most of the time the maids and that would have to clean up all the water every night. Mr. Debary worried about the people that worked for him, so he had it so that it would drain down into the basement and go into the land and evaporate. So he was really ahead of a lot of people when he had the house built, some of the stuff that he had done for them.
Thanks for watching that video. We split Orlando up in 2 parts. That was part 1. Stay tuned for
Part 2.
So we'll be sending that one out in a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Come back and watch it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.